Live from the NBC Montana studios, this is NBC Montana Today.
Good morning, Montana. I'm Jason Hurst, and thanks for starting your day with us. Let's get you through your Thursday. Bozeman made a decision on the urban camping permit. I've got that verdict. And meet Missoula County's newest stewardship award winners and find out why you may want to think twice before bringing a firearm on your flight out of Montana.
Well, the time is 6:30 on a Thursday morning. Temperatures not too terribly cold. We are starting out in the 30s, though, in Butte at 38. At the freezing mark in West Yellowstone, the rest of us, 40s and 50s. Now, a live look at radar does show a little bit of green showing up down around southwest Montana. And throughout the day today, that's what we're going to see. A couple of isolated sprinkles. More of a nuisance. Really not even expecting a measurable rainfall. But don't be surprised if you encounter a sprinkle or two as we head through the afternoon. Should stay dry, though, in Missoula. 56 degrees at around lunchtime. 61 at 2 p.m. 65 in that 4 o'clock hour for Bozeman. Slight chance of a shower. Notice that 20% chance noon on into the afternoon. Temperatures yesterday, you had a high temperature in Bozeman of 84 degrees. Today we're going to stay in the mid 60s, which is closer to normal. Temperatures warming back up just in time for the weekend. On into next week, I'll tell you how long it lasts with our 10-day forecast in the morning sprint.
At 11:30 a.m. today, the Montana Association of Planners and the City of Missoula are holding a live panel discussion and lunch event for the community to discuss land use in Montana, housing development, and community needs. The 90-minute event will take place at the Zootown Arts Community Center that is located on West Main Street, but you can also check in by going online through a webinar. Attendees will learn about local efforts in the affordable housing and planning space. Panelists will examine how national trends compare to local challenges and what lessons Missoula can learn and offer. Staff and partners of Our Missoula will also discuss the growth policy update and code reform project in advance of the release of the draft land use plan. In Jefferson County, the Montana Highway Patrol is reporting a crash fatality that occurred on October 8th. Now, the official report states the accident occurred on Hobb Lane on Montana Highway 282, that is near Clancy. Now, both occupants in the car are 15 years old. The female driver was wearing her seatbelt and did not sustain injuries. However, the female passenger was killed and was not wearing her seatbelt. After 5 hours of discussion, Bozeman City Commissioners preliminary approved a permit system to manage urban camping.
Mayor Cunningham.
Aye. Motion passes 4-1.
And commissioners also approved a $25 fee for the 30-day permit to camp on city rights-of-way. Now, camping will be prohibited near commercial businesses, nonprofit groups, public and private schools, and more. Now, the penalty for violating this system could result in a misdemeanor with a fine of up to $500 or up to 10 days in jail. Interim City Manager Chuck Wynn says the new ordinance will provide the path for folks who have no other options, a place to stay while they are working to get back on their feet.
It will allow us and our community partners to learn better in the situations that people are experiencing, what they need, why they need to be on the street, their employment status, their needs, and what they are doing to better their situations.
A second reading of the ordinance will be held at a future meeting, and we'll bring you that update. Missoula County officials honored residents with stewardship awards. And on Wednesday, Jack Ballas and Doug Franson received the 2024 Park Stewardship Award in a ceremony at the East Missoula Lions Park. Now, last Friday, Burt Lindler received the 2024 Land Stewardship Award. Award recipients, their nominators, Missoula County officials, and stewardship project partners all attended both events to honor the residents.
We got a grant from Missoula County, and they put the sprinkler system in, and we planted grass, and over the years, it just kind of evolved.
Doug and Jack have been part of Lions Park's growth since the very beginning. Now, each year, Missoula County recognizes the voluntary efforts by residents to sustain and support county parks and open lands. The Missoula Police Department is now accepting applications for its 2025 Citizens Law Enforcement Academy, and the program provides a realistic perspective of MPD's daily activities, challenges, and accomplishments. The academy is open to local residents, business owners, and nonprofit organizations. Hands-on activities will include ride-alongs with officers and a training simulator. The academy will be held Wednesdays for 8 weeks beginning January 8th. Now, we posted a link to the application on our homepage, and you can find that at NBCMontana.com. The deadline to apply is December 12th. A former bookkeeper for a Kalispell firearms business will now serve time in federal prison for embezzlement. 58-year-old Terry Ann Bell of Columbia Falls is sentenced to 5 months in prison, followed by 6 months of home confinement and 3 years of supervised release. She'll also pay a $20,000 fine and almost $175,000 in restitution. Bell pleaded guilty in June to wire fraud. She worked as a bookkeeper for firearm manufacturing and distribution business in Kalispell and stole more than $150,000 over the course of 3 years. Now, officials report a record-breaking year for the number of firearms seized from passengers' carry-on baggage right here in Montana. Now, last year, 59 firearms were seized from airports across the state, with 16 seized at the Bozeman Yellowstone International Airport, 15 at the Billings Logan International Airport, and then 11 at the Glacier Park International Airport. In the first 9 months of this year, well, those records were already surpassed by passengers departing from Bozeman and Glacier.
We've got a lot of activities here in Montana where folks carry firearms with them, especially when they're out doing wilderness activities, hiking, camping, all of those things that you would normally think about. And I think folks just frankly forget that they have it in their bags.
A firearm in a carry-on bag will lead to law enforcement interaction, an enhanced security screening, and fines up to nearly $15,000. Firearms need to be packed in checked baggage, unloaded, and stored in a locked case, along with any ammunition or other parts. Passengers must declare them when checking in their bags. Now, travelers should also check the local laws of their destination as well as their airline's policies before packing firearms or any other restricted items. A new housing fund in Missoula is being used to create more affordable housing. Missoula Housing Impact Fund is raising an initial $10 million for rental and single-family homes. First Security Bank committed $3 million to bring 89 new homes to the city. NeighborWorks Montana helped create the Gallatin Housing Impact Fund to bring 371 new homes to Bozeman. The Missoula Housing Fund will work to develop more affordable housing options, serve community needs, and support economic vitality. Yellowstone National Park released new visitation numbers for September of 2024. Now, the park hosted more than 852,000 recreation visits just last month. This is a 2% increase from September 2023, but a 3% decrease from September of 2021. Now, Yellowstone saw a total of more than 4.3 million recreation visits so far this year. That's up 5% from 2023, but down 3% from 2021. Montana's Attorney General Austin Knudsen is in hot water. A hearing on Wednesday with the Commission on Practice examined a formal complaint with 41 counts of misconduct leveled against Knudsen and his attorneys. It alleges multiple violations of state rules. NBC Montana's investigative reporter Bowen West watched the hearing and explains the legal saga.
Wednesday's long hearing was an exploration of Attorney General Austin Knudsen's actions and whether those actions challenged Montana's highest court. The controversy began in 2021 when the Montana legislature attempted to eliminate the Judicial Nomination Commission. Tensions escalated when a Supreme Court administrator conducted a survey about the legislation, leading to subpoenas and a dispute over the court's authority. Knudsen's office, under the direction of then Chief Deputy Attorney General Kristen Hansen, reportedly rejected the Supreme Court's orders, arguing the legislature was investigating serious misconduct by the judiciary.
This letter was disrespectful to the Montana Supreme Court, wasn't it?
No.
This letter was intemperate, wasn't it?
No.
It was contemptuous, wasn't it?
Not in my opinion, no.
Earlier this week, the state Supreme Court denied this writ of supervisory control, essentially a request Knudsen made asking for the panel to be replaced or for a later date. Before the hearing, a spokesman with the Department of Justice issued a statement saying the case should have been dismissed months ago. And throughout the proceedings, it has become apparent that this is nothing more than a political stunt. When Knudsen took the stand, he said what he submitted was an assertion of his client's.
At the time, my client had a bona fide, genuine belief that order was not valid.
Knudsen argued this was unprecedented legal territory for him and his staff. The hearing will continue this week. I'll continue following it and let you know what happens next. Stay with NBC Montana on air and online for the latest. Reporting in Missoula, Bowen West, NBC Montana.
Halloween is approaching, and it's not all about the scaries and candy. Pumpkins for the Pav is returning to Missoula this year. The annual campaign raises funds to help combat hunger in the Garden City. Residents can participate by purchasing a pumpkin for $12 at various stores. The money is used to support the Pavarello Center's food programs, and it's getting a great reaction locally.
It's awesome because people in this community love that we do that, and they also love to support. So we've been doing really well already. We just got them in, I think, last week, and we've been selling them every day.
For information on where to purchase a pumpkin, visit our homepage at nbcmontana.com. And now we are joined by Chief Meteorologist Brooke Foster. Brooke, what has your attention as we are about, 20 minutes away from the 7 o'clock hour?
You know what? We've got to get kids out at the bus stop. We've got to get folks out on the morning commute. Really nothing this morning going on, but we do have an isolated threat of a shower or two today, really from the southern Bitterroot Valley over towards Butte is where we could see a shower by mid-morning into early afternoon. We've got dry roadways and traffic's moving on through this morning in Missoula on our Clearwater Credit Union weather camera. Out at the bus stop, temperatures in the 40s in that 7 to 8 o'clock hour. Comfortable this afternoon and near normal. Sunshine and 62 in that 3 to 4 o'clock hour for Kalispell. Missoula, we're going to be in the mid-60s, 65 in that 3 to 4 o'clock hour. Daytime highs returning to the 70s just in time for homecoming weekend. Your 10-day forecast is coming up.
And coming up after the break, find out how Missoula's Jewish community is dealing with the war in the Middle East.